Okay, so I get a lot of questions here at Brainstorms Unlimited about my credentials. My credentials is I was standing out in the field of my cousin Cleater's house when a bright light appeared in the skies and we both got abducted. Now you know what they did to Cleaters when they done probed him. But for me, they done touched me right here. And that's when my whole life done flashed in front of me. I remember the moment that Militia took the ball gag out of her mouth. It was the first time I heard her expand her vocabularies past yes, yes, and yes. And she said, I'm leaving. Right there, I just was stunned. It took about 30 minutes for me to move from where I was standing in the kitchen because she done activated the mommy wound, okay? That put me into such a state of inferiority and fear because I done lost everything. The only way I could feel good about myself was by putting her down and using her body to self-medicate myself because of profound inferiorities. And so, ever since, the Grays done beat me back down to Cletus's farm there in Alabama, I started thinking about things a lot differently. Okay? I thought about all the people I hurt. I apologize to LeBron James for harassing you on Twitter. You know, I don't need no residual checks. And I emailed Jeannie Buss hoping that the Orange Daddy, when he comes back to office, he'd approve my PPP loan so I could buy the Lakers. So I can get out this double wide and rebuild the plantation my family lived inside of, protected from the sunlight. And so when I thought about living my life with the cerebral capacity of an iguana at the pet stores, looking at women in a state of paralyzing terror and needing them to try to fix myself. You know, I think about all the alpha males out there that's suffering profound inferiorities, buying all them cars, all that tequilas, VIP boosts, hair plugs, testosterone injections, tanning sessions, getting their pectorals all swollen, and then coming online, not knowing them, shaming themselves. The internet's forever. You're out here calling yourselves an alpha males, and whining and crying, talking about modern women done took your masculinity away by saying they didn't need you, and getting educated. I know what the fear is like. I know what it's like to approach a woman in a state of horror, trying to avoid the rejections by forcing her to give you the phone number. And when she says no, and all you could think about is if it was your rear deltoid separation from your triceps, and you gotta call your alpha dating coach to go over the biomechanics of your latissimus dorsi spread when you walk around the nightclub to see if that might have had something to do with the rejections. And you walk around angry in a state of confusion, worrying about whether or not you'll ever be good enough to have a woman look at you and even smile without having to give her large sums of money. Well, I just want you to know, brother, I'm here for you. I hear your cries every time you say you're an alpha male dating coach. And I know you're having a hard time clipping your nails and shaving your face. I know that you're scanning through all the DMs to see if you got a reply. And then the temptation of cutting to the chase and taking naked photographs of yourself using the wide-angle lens on your new iPhone 15 Pro Max with even an extra magnifying glass It's shameful. I know it is. It hurts. And then when you start crying and whimpering online, trying to be strong and hold it together, just saying the word woman and education, I know how it makes you feel inside. I know what it's like to be lost in your brainstem, reacting to sentences with more than 3 or 4 words at a time. Unable to fit the actual geometry of the earth in your frontal lobe. Having to make it 2-dimensional just so you can have the ability to visualize it and feel like you understand a world that seems to have left you behind. Well, I know the pain of going through life, never feeling like you're good enough. And that's why I dedicated my life to helping stitch up that mommy wound, the mommy wound right there in your brain stem that's then cut off communication to the rest of you. And I want you to know, if you ever can find a way to get your frontal lobe going again, it'll be worth it. To go outside and not fear women, to be able to smile without having to force it like an Olympic effort. Being able to say hello and mean it for the first time in your life to a female. To being able to listen to them talk without getting severe anxiety and feel like you're being attacked as they just talk about their life and their achievements. It's a whole different world out here when you're able to coexist with those other people with more hair and different body parts. I know it's hard to understand something as complex as the uterus and life, but I promise you, if you're able to wake up your brain, the world's not so bad. We don't even have to pray for the apocalypse no more. We don't have to hate nobody. We ain't gotta patrol the borders looking for people with different skin color to blame for our sufferings. We sure as hell don't need to keep crying about these women out here. I know it's different hearing them talk, watching them go out there, and it feels like they're competing, showing you up all the time, but they're not. They're not trying to show you up at all. It never was about us. They're people too, and I know it doesn't seem right in your mind, but I promise you it's true. Science has shown that they're human beings, and they deserve the right to be able to speak amongst us too, and to pursue things that they formed in their own mind without us telling them what to do or how to be or how to act submissive. That they're just trying to be more than an appendage. They're trying to be more than some scrambled eggs and body parts to play with. And so, if you could open your mind and your heart, I promise the world could be a beautiful place. If we just stop saying the problem with life is the modern woman. It never was them. It was us.